Joe Rogan, host of the Joe Rogan Experience, basically the biggest, most famous, and already the highest earning podcaster in the world, will be moving his platform, his show, to Spotify starting in September, and then the start of next year his show will only be available on Spotify. It's been reported that this deal is worth north of $100 million. Seems like pretty good reason for Joe to make this switch. He did a little announcement. It goes on Instagram, this little video, saying, I'm not going to be an employee of Spotify. Show's going to be the same, format. We're going to be using the same crew. It's just going to be available on the biggest platform in the world now, which I guess, Spotify is. And Spotify, I don't use it, but I guess it's free to use. You just have to sign up. So it's kind of, so it says, we will still have clips on YouTube, but full versions of the show will only be on Spotify after the end of the year. So kind of interesting because, right now you can go to YouTube, look up any Joe Rogan Experience episode, all the full-length versions of there, but starting looks like end of the year it'll only be the clip, so that's a bit of a change, kind of interesting. But again, he has 100 million reasons to do this, and it was already reported, I guess, that this is from Market Watch, that he was making $30 million a year, already the highest earning podcaster in the world. I guess he just wanted more money. I can't necessarily, fault him for that. He already is, extremely wealthy. But he does a lot of stuff. He does, the podcast. He does the stand-up. He does the MMA commentary. Bit of a, jack of all trades in a sense, with all the things he does to generate, that income. So pretty interesting. Joe Rogan moving to Spotify at the end of the year. Again, his show the full show, Joe Rogan Experience, will only be available on Spotify starting beginning of next year. And then, like I said, you'll be able to still see clips of the show on YouTube, but for the full versions, you got to go to Spotify. So it'd be kind of interesting to see. What do you think? Do you think his show will still get the hundreds of millions of views each month that it gets now through YouTube and these other platforms, or by just having it go completely on Spotify, would that slow down this massive amount of views that his show gets? If it's only on that platform going forward, I would think his views would go down. But again, that probably doesn't matter a whole lot to Joe if that's the case, because again, he's getting paid $100 million, it's reported, for this multi-year deal with Spotify. So again, that's 100 million reasons to kind of not give a shit and just put everything on Spotify. But interesting. Share your thoughts in the comment sections down below. Like the video if you like it. That's cool. If you don't, hit that button. That's cool too. Peace, love, subscribe if you want more content.